Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear students, I hope you all are fine and doing well. I welcome you on behalf of Pakistan International School Type Virtual Learning Classes, and this is session 2020-21. Dear students, this is your subject science, and this lecture is for grade 6 students. And we are doing chapter number 11, investigating sound. Today we will see our last topic of this chapter, that is human ear, and we will see its exercise also. Okay, dear students, in this chapter previously we have studied that how sound is produced, how we can say that sound is a form of energy. We have seen some activities, that beating of the drum and the producing of the sound from our throat, or and from we can see from by clicking the spoon with the glass, and such type of activities that prove that sound is a form of energy. Sound is produced by the vibrations. Sound is a form of energy because mm, uh, it is produced while passing the energy of the particles from one particles to another, and like that when they pass the energy from particles to particles, so the sound is traveled and from the source of the sound to the listener or anywhere. Okay, we have seen lots of activities before, that how the sound is uh, tr- um, we can say the how sound is traveled in different medium. And why not in vacuum? Because vacuum there are no particles, and in um, solids the particles are very near, that's why the sound is louder in the loudest in the solids, and they are having some spaces and gaps among the particles in the liquid, so the sound is loud in the liquid as compared to the air, but less louder as compared to the solids. And the air is having the slowest traveling of the air, and the losing of the energy due to the more spaces between the particles. Then we have seen some activities regarding the speed of sound, by the tuning fork, and by like the traveling of thunder sound which reaches to the air, from passing through the air into onto the ground. um, it is a slower process or later as compared to the light of that lightning flash of light in the lightning, because light travels in greater speed and as a straight lines, and sound produced and passes down anywhere in the medium in the form of waves. So then we have seen different speeds, that in the solids, in the liquids, and in the air, different substances or different substances related to the medium are having different speeds. The greatest and quickest in the solid, like in the steel, up to 6,000 meters per second, and the slowest in the air, that is 350 something meters per second. In today's lecture, we will talk about how does human ear receive sound, like how you listen the sound, how animals hear the sound, how we hear the sound. So for that, we will move. Yes, we will go through this diagram. First, you must have concept, because we have seen this human ear in the sense organs, isn't it? So you must know that what type of organ it is. The ear is the sense organ for hearing, and we know the outer part of that is called pinna. That pinna is the outermost part which collects the sound waves, and it carries the sound waves to the ear canal. and then these sound waves reaches to the eardrum. With the eardrum, this is the outer ear. There is middle ear. You can see here the middle ear, all this portion. The middle ear is having like some sort of empty place, but there are certain things. With the eardrum, three uh, structures are connected, three tiny bones. These are the bones which are connected here. These are named according to the shape of different substance of different tools or different materials. So one is hammer. This is hammer. This one, the first one. The other is anvil, and the third one is stirrup. So you can see this one, hammer, anvil, and stirrup. So how they look like, why it is called hammer, this is the hammer. So this is the broader part. Just keep it when the this eardrum vibrates, so it is connected with the hammer from here, and when it moves from here, so it strikes this part with the anvil. So anvil is the substance, or anvil is tool on which the blacksmith means the person who work with the iron and metal, melting this, and they make them shape with that. This is anvil, and look, they are beating with the hammer. So when it just strike over it, it produces louder sound. So this is anvil, this shape is anvil, this shape is anvil. So this tiny bone that shapes like anvil. And the next one is stirrup. You can see this is the seat which we just keep on the horse for sitting off the jockey, and this part is stirrup, and this stirrup is used to keep your feet fixed over there, and you keep your feet here. So this when the hammer beats here, the vibrations which are produced by the eardrum, that makes the hammer makes the sound louder, and then it reaches to the anvil is the connection, or it makes the sound more stronger, and then the stirrup beats here in the vibrations over here in the inner ear. And this like this is the connection between the eardrum and uh, like eardrum or outer ear into the inner ear, the middle ear. The three bones are the connection, and they also enhances the vibrations frequency, like vibrations movement, like um, loudness of the vibration, so that we can hear the sounds properly. And then they are having the connection with this inner ear. So how they work over there, you can see this is the eardrum, this is hammer, this is anvil, and this is stirrup. Now you can see this stirrup is beating here. What is this organ in which it is beating? It is called cochlea. So this is very, very important. Cochlea is a snail-like structure, a rounded snail-like structure, because the inner ear is very small place, and it has to like accommodate this place. That's why it's snail-like, and it beats the cochlea. The cochlea is having the liquid inside it, which start to vibrate, and then this liquid is having cochlea is filled with the tiny hairs, and with the movement of this liquid, the tiny hairs of cochlea move. So the hair convert the vibrations into signals, and these signals of sound pass through this nerve to the brain, where we can the sound center, where we can hearing center, where we can recognize our sounds. So this is called auditory nerve, which is used for sensing the hearing or the sound vibrations. So this is the whole process how the human ear receives the sound. That is not, you can see here the vibrations are coming, and that is having the connection all around here, the cochlea. And actually cochlea is the hearing organ, and it can be transplanted, it can be changed if by birth of the or the person, any person who are unable to hear the sounds, of cochlea can be replaced and changed. As well as there are hearing aids, hearing instruments like hand-free and ear headphone. They are placed in the ear temporarily for hearing the louder sound, which can amplify. Amplify means which can enhance the sounds, and like in older persons especially. So, dear students, you know that your ear protection is very very important, because ear is very delicate and sensitive place, so it can easily be damaged. Like your eardrum can easily be damaged, so there can be an injury in the eardrum, it can make you deaf. So there are some precautions for that. Do not enter any sharp object into the ear. For example, any pin, any needle, any matchstick, any toothpick like this. It can be dangerous. It can hurt your eardrum. So if the eardrum will be leaked, can be blood, or there can be the deafness, because it cannot process whole of the sound waves properly. Then listening to the noise over and over for a long period of time can make you deaf. So it can make your hearing loss. So you must keep your ear protected and don't go on the places where there is noise over and over again. So use you have to use ear protectors. So So we have to use ear protectors whenever we go at some noisy places, like in the matches, in factories, around in the transport where there are lots of vehicles are there. Like the kids is so cute, is wearing ear protectors. So like that we can protect our ears. Okay, dear students, up to here we have completed our chapter, all the experiences, activities, explanation regarding the sound. So now we have come to exercise of this chapter. So first of all, for exercise, in all exercises we are having fill in the blanks. So the first one is sound moves the quickest through what we have studied. Yes, definitely solids. Speed of sound in air in dash. It is 350 meters per second. Definitely that is gas or air. Air, which carries signals of sound to the brain. Like which nerve carries the signals of sound to the brain? That is auditory nerve. Back and forth movement of the particles of the atoms of like all the particles which move in any type of material or matter, that is called vibration. Good. Okay, let's choose the best answer. That sound waves travel most quickly, like we have seen before. That is definitely solid. When does our body use more energy? When we speak gently? No, no. When we talk to our friends, definitely no. We talk slowly. When we talk to our mother, we also talk in respects very slowly. When we cry over others, we lose more of our energy. That is the correct answer. So the third one, the speed of sound in steel is what? You have to see from the book, or you must learn them on your fingertip. That is 6,000 meters per second, definitely. So sound travels the slowest in where, if the it is quickest in The solid, so the slowest is in air. Which group of people is unable to hear one another? Definitely, we cannot hear the sound in the vacuum. So the group of astronauts on the moon, they cannot hear one another. Okay, so now we will do the exercise. The next, okay, we have done this one. Circle the correct answer. Now we will do next part of this exercise, that is answer the questions that is in the detail. The first one is prove that sound is a form of energy. So we'll give first of all heading, sound is a sound is a form of energy. Then we'll write all that is in present in your book. So as energy is the ability to perform some kind of work, and work is done when something is moved, and that's why sound is a form of energy. So we'll give the proof and example for that. When we strike a drum, sound is produced. If the sound is produced because the drum skin vibrates, so when the and it vibrates our eardrum and we hear the sound, so larger amount of energy can produce louder sound. So if a drummer beats the drum with a lot of force, it will make a loud sound. We can conclude that what type of result we are assuming from this activity, that much energy means loud sound and less energy means soft sound. Then we'll see the next long question, how does sound travel? So that is also um, we have seen previously, that sound is a medium to travel all the time. So it can be liquid, gas, or solid. So it spreads in all direction from the source with the molecules. When the molecules vibrate, so it propagates. So you have to draw the diagrams which are present on the with the questions in the book. The next long question is, how do we hear sound? That is simply, we have seen in on page number 118, that is about the human ear, because we hear by that. So the sound waves from the object when they move directs towards the ear canal and then strike with the eardrum, and the middle ear, that is having three bones, um, that is a stirrup, anvil, and hammer. These three are there, these bones, and they strike the cochlea and cochlear fluid, and the hair vibrates by the movement of cochlear fluid, and when by the vibration, the the vibrations pass down into the nerve, auditory nerve, and the reach our brain, and we can hear the sound. This is actually you must seen this diagram, that is a little complicated, so you can draw the diagram according to the your textbook, which is on page number 118. Now we'll go to the extend your thinking. As you know, extend your thinking is a short question, like you have to think in your mind and then give the answer. That what happens if you sprinkle pieces pieces of paper on a drum head and then hit the drumstick? Definitely, what will happen? The paper pieces will vibrate due to the vibration of drumstick. Definitely, this is the actually the answer. So could sound from a radio travel through a room with no air? Yes, because if the room is having no air, it means there is vacuum, so no sound can be traveled from there. So then the question number three, does sound travel faster through the ear canal or through the tiny bones in the ear? Like we can see it from here. Yes, from this is ear canal and these are tiny bones. So does the vibration, the sound travel from the ear canal faster and louder, or from the bones? Yes, definitely from the bones, because they are very close to one another, very small area they are having diameter, as well as they are more solid. So stiff and harder. So sound travels faster in the solids, we know. So they will travel through the tiny bones. Okay, so the next one, how can sound be harmful and helpful? We know that sound can be harmful because loud sound can damage the hearing and can make us deaf, and they are useful because they help us to identify the sounds and understand the things, and we have to communicate with the sound with one another. If we not listen, there will be the problem if the person is deaf or dumb. So why is there no sound heard in vacuum? Sound cannot be heard in vacuum. Why? Because there is no medium, and there are no particles, and sound cannot travel without medium. Explain how covering the ears can keep a person from hearing a sound. Like um, if we cover our ears, so how can that keep a person from hearing a sound? Like keep away a person from hearing a sound. Maybe the one word is missing in the book. I also the question is the same like that. So covering ears, we know that it blocks the path of the sound waves to enter the ear through ear pinna. So signals cannot reach the brain, which keep a person from hearing a sound. So the last but not the least, that is a bird sitting in a tree hears the chirping of another bird. You know? Yes, a whale hears the song-like sound made by another whale swimming near it. Which sound travels faster, the bird chirping or the whale singing? Just take a look, a deep look on this one. Sitting in the tree. Tree is present in the air, we know, in the air, in the atmosphere. So we know that in the air, the sound travel slowest as compared to the water. So in the water, sound travels faster. So the whales definitely sound travels faster than birds chirping because sound travels faster in liquid medium like water than in gas like air. Now we are having another last question on that concept map. So these are some words you have to just give them in sequence. From first of all, write them in order. The first thing from which the sound comes in the in our ear, that is definitely there is no pinna, so we have to do ear canal. Yes. Number two, it from ear canal reaches to our eardrum. Yes, definitely. Then brain, no. Then cochlea, no. Then hammer, yes. Then it reaches to hammer. Then a hammer and the three bones, and then it reaches to cochlea, and then in the last it reaches to our brain to identify the sounds. So, dear students, I hope you understood and found it very, very interesting. And the activities, they are very easy. You have to perform them at your home and then give me feedback. If you have any query, question regarding your science subject, especially this chapter, you can ask me in the Zoom meeting right after this lecture, as well as I want to inform you that this was our last lecture of this session 2021, which we have studied on in online classes, Pakistan International Schools online classes. Due to that is a pandemic problem, COVID-19. So um, but I think that the connection or relation has gone very well, very informative, interesting also. uh, Give me feedback. How do you feel regarding your this science subject? Wish you all the best. Keep your studies going on daily basis. um, inshallah, very soon, inshallah, Allah will make all the situations better for us to come to school, and then inshallah we will meet in the school again. Wish you all the best. Allah Hafiz.